We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg the money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.
And the child is not decent is from that perspective. So what do you mean of, every day you wake up, children hearing insult everywhere on national radio? How is it appealing to you?
It's actually disappointing looking at the fact that that portion of the executive branch, that particular ministry should serve as the arm of the government communication, information to disseminate to us. Seeing these people every day when you wake up, when you say Liberia green, Liberia black, these are practical things, these are vivid things we are seeing with our eyes. And you got bunch of ignorant, naive, and inept people sitting down at that ministry claiming to be, informed. Let me say this. This government, especially the information ministry under this Baka-led government, is the most arrogant and useless arm of the executive branch. You have Jeremiah Pierre that can finish from the Calabash. He's one of the uninformed ministers ever Liberia has produced. Every Saturday, every Friday, Jeremiah Pierre has placed the Calabash as part of his major TOR. So if you got bunch of illiterate, bunch of arrogant people serving in government, this is what you have. This is what you have. They cannot even accept an honest advice from political, or let's say from prominent figures in this country. They see everything as propaganda. They see everything as bringing the government down. They see everything, as denigrating the government. No, that is not the aim of people that come up every day to speak in favor of the Liberian people. We cannot just sit down and watch Bwaka and his surrogates to, to keep decreasing the image of this country on a globe, on the international, or on the international space. We cannot accept that. So when we come out to speak facts, Jeremiah Pierre and Daniel Sando, who literally, I don't know if I sometimes say that I feel sorry for his mother. You know what it takes for a woman to go through, 9 month of pregnancy, of vomiting, and you got an offspring that will just sit down and start insulting people. So Jeremiah Pierre and that of Daniel Sando, they are not just doing, themselves harm. They are also doing their future children harm. Imagine you as a little girl coming up, tomorrow, someone just point at you, oh, that I want part and cause people, all I want part news to cause BB people, all I want part news to serve as deputy minister for information, that I want part news to serve as minister for information, and this person it reduce the country to an insult arena. You can't be doing that. So these people, instead of focusing on how to disseminate government information, they will be sitting down targeting critical voices. They will sit down and target critical voices. When you speak the facts, they either cause your mom, Daniel Sano, he will come for your mom, he will involve your children. That is not the purpose of the information ministry. They are abusing that particular place. So they are not even changing the narratives of this government. These people are still in campaign mode. In shots and acts is troubling and also saddening. Currently in Liberia, rape has become a sport. wherein government officials are actively engaged in abuses, especially gender and sexual-based violence against minors. And first, during the WIA-led government, when we were actively involved into activism, we led that of young people on the street to advocate on behalf of rape victims. At the end of the day, the WIA-led government respected our decision, and also the WIA declared rape as a national oh, somebody is on my land.
Prince, I'm cutting up the video you just displayed. Who in the background? Who the men are in that background? Danyimane?
Yeah. Yes.
But wait over, Prince. Listen to me. You are getting video. We're in the West. Please, please send that video. I think Europe, please send that video to me. What? It's so evident that they will be dismissed. We send it to human rights. What you are talking here, so?
Hold on.
Listen to me. Let me tell you something. That the weakness are not like CDC people. That the weakness that what I say, I'm not CDC. I'm on George. We have faith. Let me tell you something. These are the same group of people that were always they're sitting there. All these were parading the Washington D.C. area there, lobbying Washington D.C. to Congress members to bring the so-called war crime code. You get a nasty evidence. Then you're not displaying evidence to the United Nations. Why Joseph Parker went to the UN? What John Finney condemning the UN? This video alone with black. I told the people I said the countries, but
thank you, my brother. Thank you.
See that video, then you're parading with that video. Then you want to go with this video.
Our sister come back.
Thank you.
You're not sure,
Thank you so kindly. So yeah, we're going to take I think Prince is handling some other issue backstage. So Shanti, you can come in then from there. I can come right after you on that particular topic he talked about.
Okay.
And then Shanti, I think before you come in, you came in a little late. Each of us, maybe excluding women, we from the beginning of the show to our new audience, we introduce ourselves, we give a little background. You just came in the middle of it. Nobody knows Shanti. So maybe you could use the first few seconds to introduce yourself, your background, your career, and your inspiration. Then you can get onto the topic.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. My name is Shanti Krumah. I'm a graduate of the African Methodist Episcopal University. I graduated cum laude and obtained my first degree in mass communications. Currently, an assistant teacher and also a Liberian journalist with the Insights Liberia. So that's all for my background and my inspiration. I'm a highly motivated person, and I'm passionate about what I do, especially advocating for the underprivileged and also for social injustices. That's my passion, and that is what I'm determined to do. And on the topic,
yeah, before you go to the topic, Shanti,
to acquire significant education in this country. Because there's a saying that says when you educate a girl, you educate an entire nation. So what are we doing to safeguard the image of our young women?
Because the video can prove everything. Let me watch George Weah persona when he took power. He told the Liberian people, I'm inheriting a good nation of good economy in the capital building. Let me tell you, look at the MCC score. Look at the MCC scorecard of our past under the CDC government. They pass on corruption. So that whole saga they used to be on, the former government corrupt. They pass on MCC scorecard, the Millennium Challenge. the $500 million that government is pledging to have today.
Okay, let me
Samuel 12, Jesus Samuel 12 passage. The scores are there. I want to say people don't. I told the Unity Party or the opposition bloc, the
Give me
debate
5.
is over. We're not in a propaganda
Thank you.
move. You know
Thank
why?
you.
I told them the debate is over. We had a president that ruled the country for 6 years. That's the 4 years and a half. Because COVID came. Then they was in the wing coming to power. Now how they spread that gibberish, that false narrative when they hijacked the country, selling money to join our presidency, the Henry Costa, all that surrogate or on rampage, the Jonathan P. Lele from BBC, all these liars, they got that wanted power. They just came to power through jealousy because they couldn't wait another 6 years. So the corruption,
We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies to go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people.
Kindly hit for us the share button.
That's the mission we have. And I can assure you,
Let's get
if
started.
you check your calendar, it's exactly 4
get
months from today. Today's the 10th, right? When is election? You start checking. 4 months to the date. After 4 months, you will see a new Liberia coming up. You will see a Liberia that will give you hope. You will see a Liberia where corruption will be thing of the past because
of Liberia and George Weah, if you allow the opposition to win, you will suffer. The Liberians will suffer. Our economy hardship, poor will suffer,
Yes,
rich will suffer,
doing something you want to.
every people will suffer.
Yeah.
You see, all the 4 classes of human will suffer.
Go sit down. That's how we are.
We suffer. I'm not from Liberia, but that's the message of the Lord for the people in Liberia.
Go up. Go in the room.
If you put that opposition of Bukenya or Bukani
Love you.
to be your president, Liberia will sink. Calamity will befall Liberia. You don't expect joy again. The name Liberia will crash. This person has nothing to offer you. Spiritual Liberia will die. The best man for this job is George Weah. Vote him and he will do better than ever. He will do better than his first term. And there will be total development in Liberia. That is me for you. That's what the Lord said.
So, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. We want to use this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you who continue to remain very, very supportive to what we do here. We want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you. And as usual, we will ask that you please share with friends, share with family members, and let's all have a wonderful, a very, very wonderful time. So I want to say thanks to all of you. Again, hit for us the share button. Let's do this together. Let's have a very, very nice time. Let's welcome some of our people that have joined us. Again, we want to say welcome to all of you who, by limitation from our end, we may not be able to see, but want to say welcome. In a special way, those of you who are here with us, we want to say welcome to Joetta. Thank you so much for joining us, Joetta. We appreciate your presence. Juje, how are you? I salute your presence, Juje. It's a privilege for us to have you here, Juje. I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. Thank you so very kindly for joining us always and for the support. I want to say thanks to my own lovely, lovely sister, Fatu Sharif. How are you? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine wherever you are. My regards to you and the family. Thank you so much for your presence here. Abraham Swain, how are you? I want to appreciate you, Abraham Swain. Got us locked down from Chicken Soup Factory there in the Gulf community. I want to say you're highly welcome, Abraham. It's a privilege for us to have you here. Thank you so very kindly for your presence. Mohammed Kamara, how are you, my brother Mohammed Kamara? I want to appreciate and welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us, Mohammed Kamara. It's a privilege for us to have you here. Thank you so very kindly for your presence here. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We want to welcome Peewee. Thank you so much, Peewee Widow. Thank you so much for joining us. Your presence here is welcoming, and thank you so very kindly. We appreciate you being here with us. George, thank you so much for joining us. George Danwan, thank you so much. We appreciate you. George, thank you so much for your presence, joining us there from Mamba Point. Our regards to you and the family, George. Thank you for joining us. Mick Freeman, how are you, Mick Freeman? We want to appreciate and welcome you, Mick Freeman, for joining us. Thank you so very kindly for your presence here. Ojuku Blamo, thank you so much, Ojuku Blamo, watching us there from Sino County. You are locked down from Sino. We want to say to the family there, to the folks there in Sino, your hello, my people. We want to say thanks for your presence here, Ojuku. Join us to extend our thanks and appreciation to the wonderful people of Sino. Thank you so much for joining us. James Bala, how are you, my brother James Bala? We want to welcome and appreciate you. Want to say you are highly welcome under the Palava Hut. James Bala, thank you for joining us. Morris, good friend. Thank you so much, Morris, good friend. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. It's a privilege for us to have you here. Abu M. Soiree, how are you, my brother Abu Soiree? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. Watching us there from all the way District 17. So we got District 17 lock up. Thank you so much. You got us locked down in District 17. My own brother, Abu, thank you so much for your presence here. Uh, Gaga Morris, how are you, Gaga Morris? Joining us there from the 72nd community. We want to say you are welcome, Gaga Morris. It's a privilege for us to have you here, and we are so much humble to have you with us. Isata O does it. Thank you so much, Isata. We appreciate you, Dozie, for joining us. We appreciate you, Isata Dozie. Thank you so much for your presence here, my sister. It's a privilege for us to have you here. Thank you so very kindly. Blion Hine, how are you, Blion Hine? Thank you so much for your presence here. Uh, we appreciate your presence. Thank you so very kindly. I mean, all of you that are joining us, again, we want to appeal to you. If you are joining us here, you can do us a favor, and that favor we require of you is to please hit the share button. I mean, share with friends, share with family members, and let's all have a wonderful time. Let's discuss and let's do it together. All right, let's do it together. So again, we want to say welcome to each and every one of you. As we await our people who will join us, it's important that we recognize and appreciate all of you. I want to say you are highly welcome. Yeah, Fawen Bala, thank you so much for joining us. Fawen, we appreciate you. Catherine Kamara, how are you, Mama? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. We appreciate your presence here. Just Catherine, we hope you are doing great from where you are, you and the family. My own lovely sister is here. When I see her, I always feel protected because she's general in her own rank. That is Nina Kuya. How are you, my lovely sister Nina Kuya? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. She got our back. You know, she's a general. I mean, this lady is a fighter. I'm telling you. When she wants something, she go for it and make sure that it is done in its fullest. My sister Nina Kuya, I love you so much. Mwah, Mama, I love you. You are such a wonderful angel. Thank you so much. I want to welcome each and every one of you. Rebecca S. Goma, thank you so much, Rebecca. We appreciate you. James Balakamara, Bishop, how are you? Following us there from Yekipa Nimba. Wow, Nimba, you got us locked down in Nimba. Bishop, how are you? How's the people of Nimba? I hope our people in Nimba there, they are doing great, well, and fine. Bishop, we appreciate you. My own mother, my own sister, my own darling girl. Titi, how are you, Titi Sampon? Thank you so much. Mwah. That's my lovely sister right there, mother, and everything. Titi, thank you so much for your presence here. It's a privilege for us to have you here, Titi. Samuel S. Sewon, how are you? Samuel, how are you? You are doing great, well, and fine. I hope you are, and always our prayers are with you and the family. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for everything that you continue to do here for us. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. The names keep popping up. I mean, wonderful, wonderful people, all of you. Black Man Muff, my own brother. How are you, my brother? The last night I was on the show when you was giving me a call, to say thanks, to congratulate us, but unfortunately we're on the show. But I want to say thank you so much, my brother, for everything you continue to do, for holding the ground tight. The party is strong because of people like you who make the necessary sacrifices to ensure that the flag or that the banner of our institution continue to remain very high up there. So I want to say thank you. I appreciate you, Black Man Muff. Thank you so much. That's my own brother. I'm not going to call the other names. I'll call the Black Man Muff name. I want to say thank you so much. I also want to use this time to welcome Blue Jay. Blue Jay Nipan, thank you so much, Blue Jay. I appreciate your presence. Opotos joining us there from Opotos. As the folks there, at Opotos, I hope they are doing well. That's another fun area. When I was in Liberia, I went to that place, Opoto. That's a very, very nice area. It's an entertainment. Anyway, I'm doing no advertisement for them. But I want to say thank you for joining us there from Opoto. I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. Always is a privilege for us to have you here. We want to also use this time to welcome James H. Allison. How are you? All of you. I mean, you are such a wonderful people, man. Printon, how are you, Printon? How are you doing? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. Nimba County is in the house. Sanikole is locked down. We are locked down in Sanikole. Thank you so much. Grace Z. Daves, how are you, Grace? Watching us there from her house. From from her house. Yeah, back home. Oh, thank you, man, Grace. It's a privilege for us to have you here. All of you. I mean, all of you. Jerry, what's up? Man, say, Jerry, you fell with me, oh, man. It doesn't feel because we're on the same side, so but that's my brother right there, man. That's my brother Jerry. He's on the other side of the aisle. So that we go back and forth. But he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Yeah, he's a good man, despite of our political differences. But he's a good guy. So Jerry, you are welcome, man. You are welcome. You are welcome. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you, all of you. Thank you so much. Jerry Hine, I mean, all of you, all of you, all of you. Hapo get a lockdown. Okay, our brother from Hapo. I mean, oh, Dominic, you are great. You are great. All of you, man. The words are just coming up. Words are just popping up. We are just grateful to have you, wonderful people here. Thank you so much for joining us. On this note, fellow Liberians, we are grateful to have our boss with us. The man let us take the responsibility of the boss because at the end of the day, cry will donate blood. Some kind of way, some kind of how. So you got that philosophy of hope. But anyway, he's a wonderful person. Yeah, he's a wonderful guy. Honorable Dogo, how are you, Chief?
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you, Prince Sharif. Thanks to you, all of you following the redemption hour. This is where we come to discuss redemption. Our country has been mismanaged. Our country is in the hands of those who are dishonest, those who are corrupt, those who lie their way to power, those who do not appreciate the masses, and those who only have explicit interest in themselves. So today is Friday. Today is the last day of the month of October. Those in America are celebrating Halloween. For me, I don't celebrate Halloween. I just don't like the flavor of Halloween. It's attached with a lot of spirituality. I see it's scareful way of dressing. I don't understand that. But those celebrating Halloween, I wish them happy Halloween. And October, this is the uh the first of the last 3 months of the year. So this is the last quarter. This is the first month of the last quarter. So if you have reached this far, it is by God's grace. And so those of you in radio land listening to all we say, it is by the very grace of the Almighty God. Other call him Halai, other call him Bragman, other call him, different name they have for him. Whatever you call him, we say praise be to him. We are here. And today we're going to drive you through a very fascinating conversation, a very fascinating discussion. So do not turn your dial. The best thing you can do for us, do for yourself, do for the country is to share. Share this in as many platforms as possible. Thank you. On this note, I'd like to say welcome and I'm glad to be on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable Dogbayu. We do appreciate you. And as always, we see it as a privilege for us to be able to share, this platform with you and many others. So, as usual, fellow Liberians, we ask that you hit for us the share button. We are also grateful at this time to be joined by Pastor Success A.B. Dennis. Pastor Success A.B. Dennis, how are you, sir? How's everything? No problem, my brother Jerry Hine. Thank you so much. Yeah, Jerry, I know that was a topographical error. Thank you. No problem, my brother. No problem, Jerry. Thank you. Yeah, Pastor Success A.B. Dennis, we want to appreciate and welcome you. How are you, Chief?
Well, we thank God, Prince. We are okay. I want to say good afternoon, good evening to everyone. My own friend and brother, Mr. Tobayo. It's been a
Yes, sir,
while. We
Chief.
have been. This is the United States. It's been a while. We haven't seen each other. The last time we saw each other was in July in Iowa on the soccer field. And
Yeah.
we are glad being here to discuss Mama Liberia.
I mean,
That
I
is
want to
what
teach.
matters
One
to
time
us.
we were playing game, you were not there. I want to teach soccer. I taught soccer, you were not there. As a man,
I
you know what
mean,
I did.
they made a veteran goalkeeper who don't.
Oh, but when I said from the days from our school days, from
Yeah.
AMB day, they may have
You
been
know,
veteran.
me
I
and
mean,
Prince
with
went to
them,
school together. Me and Prince are in school together.
I mean, with them,
Yeah.
man.
They made a terrible A1, man. They can be knocking people, shouting from everywhere. Look at that medicine.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend
Yeah, man.
national team. I think
So
he can still
I call our man Prince today, man. I said, Prince, we haven't seen you for long. I know America's schedule. He said, yeah, man. He said, and I know Prince job he's doing is a very, very tedious job.
Success job. You mean
You
Pastor
know.
Success?
I mean, success. I just tell you, success is everywhere, man. I know what it means to travel because I say I travel a lot. So, bro,
Yeah.
we are here. Success, we're glad to see you, man. We're glad to see you.
Yeah, my man. We have to keep the fire burning. It was nice. It was in DMV. They go on weekend. It was an awesome time. And just so you know, state now how you address prayer going forward. Pray not yeah, you're praying and then look no. Hey, Excellency,
No,
your
man.
honor, Chairman Prince, Nicholas Sharif, the
I
man is the
mean, we
chairman of the
make it
DMV
here,
chapter.
man.
We have to
In
acknowledge
DMV, that DC,
DC,
Maryland,
Virginia, Maryland.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Chief, I salute you.
The man is the chairman of a tripartite state.
Yeah, they made it on the region, very political region or whatever.
Yeah.
They see the decision. They see the decision.
I know.
They
I
see
know,
the
eh?
decision.
Very political
Yeah.
decision.
Very
Yeah.
political. But anyway, we want to say welcome to everybody, fellow Liberians. As usual, we ask that you hit for us the share button. Justin D. Baker, thank you so much for joining us. We want to appreciate you. Today, fellow Liberians, we have the best on our agenda for you. You know, our plan is always to bring you nothing but the best that will be factual and not, anything that we try to do here to be able to deceive our people. We are not deceptive in giving you the information as far as we are concerned or the truth is concerned. And there's the reason why you see that the government has lost balance totally, because what we are doing is providing the facts to our people and not based on sentiments or whatever. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time.
Prince, I want to appeal to you.
Yes, sir.
So we will start the program upside down. There's a video I posted in the chat room of Anthony William.
Yeah, sure.
I want us to make that the first. Say my man Success is
Definitely.
on, Success the pastor. I want us to play that and then we'll make it the first talking point for now. We can go to the visa issue. The visa issue for me is my main issue today. We need to turn the conversation outside down because people don't know what that visa issue means. People feel like, it's all gospel. We'll talk about it. But I want us to start with that video of Anthony Williams.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, it's in the chat room, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. So, fellow Liberians, what we are going to do is we are going to play you that video. And again, your participation, your involvement is very, very much important to what we do. As always, we'll find a time to start to open the line so that, we can, you can start to call in. But if you see the need for you to call in a particular discussion, you can do just that. So I want to play you this video, fellow Liberians. These lawmakers are people who actually should be representing you and myself. In this participatory democracy, in this democracy by representation, all of us cannot be lawmakers. So we elect few group of people who will go there, seek our interest, who will go there, be able to talk for us and project what we think is right, well, as far as society is concerned, culture is concerned, and etc. And fellow Liberians, the mood by some of these lawmakers is disturbing, it's terrible. And I'm going to play you this video. I want you to listen very keenly. This is scaring for us as a people and as a nation. So we're going to play this video and we want you to listen very, very keenly.
Why? So what are you chasing? What are you chasing? I understand. I know that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Why are you angry? What's unfortunate?
Let's continue.
It was unfortunate. What is unfortunate? The unfortunate situation is about whenever there is an homosexual activity appears on the agenda, we want to discuss it. Liberia is a Christian state. You cannot have homosexual activity appears on the agenda. The speaker, they are on east. So we should remove it.
So why are you censoring?
We had our own communication the other day. We invited the UFC people in that Methodist church. They want to practice homosexual activities, gay activities. We continue to push the agenda. Every time we put on the floor, when they come to the session, they remove the floor. How does the mission just raising it? All the agenda, you check the agenda is there. Come here, Johnson Williams. Say to raise that issue, they went to community rooms. They stay in community rooms. So we ask them for them, they start so we can pass it. They say, no, you should move on the agenda. So I raise the issue and they say, go outside.
Do you think homosexuality
on the part of the speaker. There's unfortunate on the part of the speaker. They cannot support homosexuality. We're here, President Bala said up here that we should ban cultural activity that is harmful. All they accepted the bill. Immediately instead of community, they don't discussing it, so we can ban cultural activities in the country. Now homosexual bill appear, they said no, we should not discuss it. He who cleans everything will come clean it.
Do you think that is been practiced? Do you think that is been practiced in Liberia? You say so.
Come again?
Do you think homosexuality is being practiced in our country?
It has been practiced. You saw the UFC, the Book of Discipline. Today, the United Methodist Church, on 12 Street, and ST number is being closed. The guy same church in Maryland, in Plymouth, is being closed. People are worshiping in the Senate House. So what is discussing to lay the rest for all the say no?
What do you want? What do you want? What does the legislature want in terms of this homosexuality? What is the communication pushing for?
The communication is pushing for us to discuss it, to show to the world that we as Liberians cannot accept homosexual activities. Period.
We're going to pass a law on it.
Definitely. That's what the bill is calling for. Anybody practice it, we make sure we castrate you, we put you in jail for less than.
Your procedure also calls for the speaker to have the authority to decide what comes on your floor, to decide what should be discussed.
That is the unfortunate part of it.
That's a law.
I know the speaker knows very well that the issue of homosexual activity is scandal from 30. It is not something that we can accept. So once they appear, then you can.
No. I know it's a very long clip, but you've gotten the insight of what it's all about. Honorable Dobayu, the lawmaker, one of their cardinal responsibility is to make law, have oversight, especially lawmaking. Honorable Johnson Williams is raising this point from Maryland, a very traditional county, one of the hub of our own culture, our tradition, and etc. He is frustrated that this is not the first time that he has, proffered a communication for this to be discussed. It's not the second time. Each time it is placed on the floor, Rachel Kuhn, the regime speaker, and Thomas Fowler, who is the deputy speaker, they will always step on it, to the extent that they will even ask lawmakers, also who want to talk about. Say, you don't talk about it. But they are comfortable talking on other, cultural issues in Liberia, etc. Honorable Dobayu, let's hear from you. What is your own take on this, sir?
So firstly, let's start by being very cultural. Cultural is a way of life of a particular group of people in a specific region, country, town, community, city, or whatever. As a people, as Liberians, we have a blend and diverse culture, characterized by our indigenous group of people, and of course the Americo-Liberian influence, those who call the Congo or the Americo-Liberian. Their understanding and our blend, and it makes our culture, the way we have lived, the way you live in the way you feel after the way you live makes you cultural. And that culture is enhanced based on your maximum satisfaction, your maximum utility. For example, today on this show, it is our culture to be respectful to each other. It's what we enjoy doing. If anyone comes on the show and say we should be rude, in disrespect to what we are used to, it might disrupt our social pattern, our interaction here. So it's the same. Liberia, as a cultural country, we are extremely religious as well. We have our religious culture and we have our traditional culture. Blended together as Christians and Muslim and indigenous people, there is a unique way of living that we believe, is upright. So today in Liberia, we practice cultural activity from the Sandy and Poro societies. These are cultural inheritance for over thousands of years. We inherited that from our forefathers, passing down from one generation to another, through folklore, through folktale. We understand the significance of this culture over time. Today, what is being raised is of significant importance to us as a people. Anthony William, he's my friend. We were in school together. When we were in AMU, Anthony William was there. He was one class ahead of me. Anthony William, we live in Busekora. I know him very well. We used to be regular Kora. I know his passion for advocacy. Like him, I'm of that same kind. Now, he is arguing, and I vehemently support his point. He's arguing a couple of days ago, President Bouaka being very desperate for the Western attention, being very desperate to be seen as the darling boy of the West. He sent a bill, an executive bill, which seeks
Okay. All right. So I think sometimes the network in different locations become very, very, somehow. But while we wait for Honorable Dobayu to join us, we have Pastor Success A.B. Dennis with us. Pastor Success A.B. Dennis, I'm very sure you're listening to the clip, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's hear from you while Honorable Dobayu is trying to get himself adequately situated. Let's hear from you.
So thank you again, Prince, and thank you, our fellow listeners, our audience. So first of all, Prince, let us establish.
All right. So I think he's back.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Go
Let us
ahead.
establish the Unity Party format of governance to our country. Let's go back to the first pre-word 2 year of the Unity Party. And then look at how they govern our country. Unity Party, once they can please the Westerner, whatever it takes or whatever it will cost them, whether it be at the detriment, a disadvantage, or whatever of the Liberian, more especially those or residing home, Unity Party will go for it. Unity Party was rated by the global community, while Liberian were suffering and living in abject poverty in the first 2 years of their regime. What am I saying is that Unity Party don't care about how our culture, our tradition, and whatever is respected. Once they are in bed with the West, Unity Party will do everything she can to maintain that relationship with the West. She has done it on many occasions. Okay? Prince, this gay issue, if you can remember, the very Reverend or Methodist bishop that was jailed by the Unity Party or government a couple of months ago, that came to the US here to attend a conference. And in that conference, he stood tall. In conformity with the scripture, he went against such practice. Remember, Prince, it was the same Unity Party during their regime the first 12 years that they tested the gay activity in Liberia. Two President Ati Popona who went and said they were gay advocates. People have right to do whatever they wanted to do in XYZ. It messed them resistant, and that's how they bowed down on it. They are reawakening. The people not sleeping. They don't care about our culture. They don't care about our traditional heritage. All right? If you can send a bill to the House, okay, to abolish some traditions that you think they are not good for our ladies, even not good for our men as well, what is it that you find? And you find it difficult to place the issue of the gay or the gay issue on the table at the high level of our national legislature. Why you find it difficult? Because they have an agenda. Though that were practicing gay activity at the Methodist Church, did you see them being arrested at the time when the police went at the Methodist Church? Today the exit number is closed down because of gay issue. They stand against the gay activity, so they close them down. But all the Methodist churches that support the gay activity, they are worshiping freely and they are under the protection of the government. So this is the kind of government we got in our country that no longer respect our tradition and culture. And when care is not taken, the worst will happen before the guys leave power. So it's about time that the citizens stand up and tell them, say, enough is enough. We cannot continue like this because it is not good for our society. It is not good for our country. It's not good for our children. I mean, what are we going to tell our unborn generation? Okay, what are we going to tell our unborn generation? This act, the Western world have tried to ensure that they get their way through in Africa. And every other African country it went to, it was vehemently rejected by the people. But today, our government is on the pathway of embracing same sex in our country. We say pathetic, it is highly frustrating, it is highly disappointing. I don't think this is what the Liberian people voted for. This is not the change they wanted. This is not the rescue you promised the people. And my brother Anthony Williams from Maryland, this guy, Prince, they brought this on us as Liberian. These were things we saw. And we said the Kun and the regime speaker that you're trying to enforce, you're trying to impose on the national legislature would not be a good thing to do for Liberia. They didn't listen. One of those persons who stood against Fonanti and felt Richard Kun could provide the kind of leadership they needed at that house. Today, yet they are complaining and throwing them out of session because they stood up for the right thing. So, Prince, we need to keep talking. We need to keep, emphasizing on that, sensitize our people, and let's make sure that our voice is heard on the global scenes and at the national level so that people can stand up against this kind of practice. We strongly condemn it, and it's against our culture and tradition. We cannot afford to live with it. Thank you, Prince.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very kindly. You see, fellow Liberians, it is unfortunate. Let me say this. I live in a country where people are very tolerant of, people's sexuality. I work and live with people that, ascribe to different genders, and I respect that. While it is true that it is not something that I, as an individual, practice, but I respect the fact that these people have chosen to be who they are. I have no issue as far as the culture here is concerned, the practices here are concerned. I have absolutely no issue.
I want to go to the water house.
I'm sorry, my people. So I, as an individual, have absolutely no problem with it. I mean, as far as here is concerned, my local work environment, the culture here. But anyway, Honorable Dogayu is back. Honorable Dogayu, welcome back.
Yes, sir. I think the UP people they trying to work something on my internet. My internet in the middle of nowhere is misbehaving. So like I was saying, culture you cannot, culture is indelible, it's within, it's only within your blood, it's tattoo, you born with it, you grow up with it. So you don't joke with people cultural belief. You don't joke with that. So Joe Boga, in his desperation to be seen like the darling boy of the West, he put forward a bill so that they will ban all cultural practices, things that our forefathers have done years and years. Okay, he did that. For the sake of the debate, if you on a 4G basis as lawmaker can be in his to ban your cultural activities, things that your foreparents live on years and years, you ban it. The argument now is you decide to neglect your way of life. You decide to neglect your culture, what you used to. You instead decide to acculturate to get BAFTAs with what all of imposed on you. On that basis, the West now, they say men and men can have sex. Woman and woman can have sex. They get married, they can do whatever. Blue, they propose gay marriage today in the church that should be the nucleus of the society. That should be, that policeman of morality. It should be the plain pitch that judge people that go against immorality. Morality should be at the peak of the church. The United Methodist Church in Liberia today, in their desperation for money and corruption, some of them, they decide to impose upon their members, homosexual activities. Based on that, a lawmaker has advanced a law like Nigeria, Ghana, and other places to make homosexuality a criminal offense. Already on our law, it is, on our law right now, it is what we call this stuff is I think a misdemeanor, something like that, but to make it a full-fledged criminal offense. Anthony Williams has proposed that. The frustration now, Pastor Sosa, is every time this bill is placed on the agenda, the region speaker, Richard Nangbekun, doesn't want to talk about it. He feels uneasy. He doesn't want to talk about it. But he's so desperate, he's so in so much haste to talk about banning our parents, our mothers, our cultural heritage. They can be so much, in hurry to do that. But when it comes to discussing the demerits of homosexuality in a godable society like Liberia, where you have a few elite that have and control those that have not the majority, a society that is very much susceptible, a society beclouded with poverty, extreme chronic poverty. That society, you want people to practice homosexuality. Imagine how social disorder will become a major theme of the day. Imagine people exploiting young boys and girls. Already it's happening in our country. People are vulnerable. This is disturbing, Pastor Sosa. If it doesn't disturb you, it disturbs me. And so I support the advocacy of Anthony Williams. And we call on all women, all well-meaning Liberians. We call on all CDC lawmakers to stand with morality on this, to ensure that homosexuality doesn't have a space in our society. Fortunately, we have the Republican in power. The Republicans do not impose this on people. So where is our government getting the energy from? Maybe that the United Methodist Church, because it is the Democrat, from my understanding, that are very liberal that can support these things. The Republican, the Conservative Party, the Grand Old Party, they have no space for this. So why is our government so desperate to pass homosexuality? I think this is a very interesting topic, and we need to talk about this more and more.
Yeah. Before Prince come back, let me say. You see, the Western have been trying this for a very long period of time now. I know probably it might have been in the spotlight and being discussed, but I can remember vividly in 2012. It was when they officially showed themselves up and gave it a test in Liberia. At that time, they had a guy who brought himself now from the capital building called Aji Pompon, going around.
Aji Pompon, Leroy Aji Pompon.
Being the gay advocates. They are pumping with some money at the time. I think President Barack Obama was the president of the United States, and they are pumping with some money
That was
at
a
that
Democrat.
time.
That was a
Yeah, and then
Democrat.
you were going around with the gay issue, but because it came on strong state resistance, they slow it down. Now, don't forget, the first church to endorse the same-sex marriage globally was the United Methodist Church. They were the first people or the first denomination within the Christendom that endorsed this practice. Now, looking how fragmented our society is in Liberia, they think they can use that medium to achieve their mission. So it might not even be at this point the U.S. government pumping it. It might not be even Great Britain. It might not be France. It might not be some of the big guys. But the very United Methodist Church trying to gain some level of or support base to be able to champion this gay issue. All right. So they are doing everything they can. They are doing everything they can to ensure that this work. And let me say this. The point has returned, but let me say that, and I will turn it over to him. This young man called Richard Nambe Kun told the Liberian people on a live camera and said, the reason why we fought Kofa in removing, because we want a regime speaker that will support everything and anything that comes from the executive branch of government. So that horse is no longer there to create check and balance. They are there as a support arm to the executive. Whether it be good or bad, they will pass it. They'll pass it.
Thank you, Pastor Success A.B. Dennis. And I just want to start from where you just dropped. You know, my people, you see in this life, every decision you make, it comes with consequences. That's why the people will always tell you, be careful of what you do, because at the end of the day, you will account for it. Liberians, let me say this. These 6 years that we have given Joseph Numa Boyka to manage our lives and our resources, many things will happen that may not be palatable. Many things may happen. Plenty of things will happen. Because you have given these people the authority, the power to go ahead. When Joseph Numa Boyka decided that he will be a lawbreaker, that he will disrespect the law, that he will use his power as president to remove Honorable Fonati Kofa on this platform and on many platforms, we frowned against it and said that it was not a good sign for our democracy. It was not healthy for check and balance. It was not something that we must encourage as a people, as a nation, that it will haunt us tomorrow. And there were some of you who felt that it was about Fonati Kofa. You felt that it was we want to protect Fonati Kofa, that we don't want to protect him. Some of you ignorantly felt that it was just about Kofa, Honorable Fonati Kofa, the speaker, and not about Liberia. But again, fellow Liberian, these are some of the things that you have to put up with. Joseph Numa Boyka did not hide his feelings when he was fighting Fonati Kofa. He did not hide it. The thing was not in secret. To the extent that the Minister of Justice misinterpreted the Supreme Court ruling. You think what they were doing it for? These are some of the things that the people want to encourage in Liberia. Like I said, we live in a country that, is very open. People's sexuality, they have their right to be able to, choose it or do it, whatever they want to do. And we respect that. We respect that. But again, what we want to say is that you don't force things down other people's throat. No, you don't force it down. Whenever you use a means, out of financial or whatever means, to induce somebody to accept, then that is not something that is encouraging, or that is not something that is legal. Let everybody have their will and make their own decision. The people who are responsible to make law are the lawmakers. Now, what is it according to Johnson Williams? What is it that for each time they carry this thing on the floor, Thomas Fowler and Jeremiah Kun,
He's Anthony Williams.
Anthony Williams, sorry,
Williams.
Anthony Williams. Thank you, sir. So every time that he prop up this particular item on the agenda to be discussed, Thomas Fowler and the regime speaker, they will say no one will talk about it. Let it. To the extent that they will even want to put him outside. Why? My people, you remember recently, Anthony Fowler was here along with Joseph Numa Boyka. Yeah, they were here. Your 32 months, we'll come there, we'll discuss it. Your 36 months of visa extension or validation, it will come along with plenty things. You not see nothing here. You not see nothing. When you have a useless man in Joseph Numa Boyka, you have a man that do not have character, that do not have moral. This idiot that pass around with dapper on him, that can make decision for himself. This evil man. This man that will use the Liberian people resources to go on vacation in the name of he's traveling and going for conferences. When you have this man who said to you that he will dance with Satan, he will hold Satan back, what do you expect? Are you surprised? Are you surprised? When you have a useless man in this particular man who passes around with the Liberian people money on card, $100,000+ on a card that you will swap at any time, what do you expect? What do you expect? What you were expecting? You were expecting somebody to uphold your value, your culture, your tradition? Or you were expecting somebody to protect you? This man has always been an ingrate. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, my people. So what do you expect? What are you really expecting? These are some of the things that you voted for. Boyka has no moral. This man will compromise the interest of the Liberian people in a heartbeat. He ain't got time. He don't have time. And that's exactly what they wanted. They wanted to ensure that Honorable Fonati Kofa is removed so that they can have their will and pleasure. That's what they want. Today we see rape is becoming an issue now that is almost like sport among ministers. Our children are being raped. Look, the Bible has a way of reminding us, and when we refuse to listen, the consequences are deadly. When you read the book of Samuel, you can just mute yourself, Jake. You can mute yourself. We're having an echo from the background. Okay. The Bible has a way of reminding us. I grew up in a very religious family. From a Muslim, from a Christian, from the Catholic background. My mother, Catholic, okay, etc. like that. So I grew up attending the Catholic church, St. Edward, way back there in the 80s and all the other different stuff and things like that. But that one is just a news for another day. There is something that we look up to in Liberia that we really regard. You see the church, or you see people who are clergy people, we have high regard for them. That's why you see we always go, look, sometimes cases that you think will be most difficult, the pastors can sit down, the imam can sit down, and they will discuss it, will be okay. We have that value for our culture. We have that value for also our religious people, whether be a kamon or be an imam or pastor or whatever. We look at these people with a high degree of respect. I am not surprised when these people are compromised to the extent that Joshua Numa Boyka will give them job, to the extent that these people made themselves to be a political party. They made themselves to be a political party. What do you think will happen? The church will no longer speak for the people? No, because the church has been compromised. The church is not speaking. To the extent that a church that we will go to for guardians, a church that will go to for comfort, a church that will go to hear the word of God, that will be able to change. Today the church closed. The church is closed, but bars are open. Opium shop then open. King Jude shop then open. Joseph Numa Boyka then happy. Because the only place. Okay, let me finish. I'll send the king. Yeah.
Yo, that break the corner of the
co-host.
Let me finish. Okay, yeah, let me finish. I'll give the candy. Yeah. Thank you. Give me 5. Okay. So at the end of the day, fellow Liberians, these things will happen. When the churches are compromised, when the mosques are compromised, the value that should be taught to us is no longer taught. Joseph Juma Boyka said he would dance with the devil. And this man is a deacon. Can you imagine? That's what I said the last time. For this man to be in a church that we know, that we grew up knowing. These are churches that we go to, we affiliate with, that help us to impart knowledge in us. For a deacon of that particular church, bishop, deacon for that matter, the deacons are the administrators. No, the deacons are even more as it relates to decision. They are even more stronger than some of the bishops, because it is the deacon board that can be able to approve some of these bishops and the head of these churches. But if a deacon in the church can sit down and say, we're dance with the devil, and the church remain quiet and silent, you think that the thing will not happen? When your daughters are being raped, and like I was saying earlier, the Bible says it. When you choose to go your own way, when the children of Israel were crying, they say, oh, well, Samuel won't be like other nations around us. Even thank God we have a pastor here who will be able to elaborate on that. But I read in the Bible that the children of Israel at certain time, they say, we won't be like other nations around us. We don't want to be like how you call people who want to see our God, who want to see our God, want to feed our king, etc. And Samuel told the children of Israel that they think what you're doing, not correct. They think you're bow. They think you're doing it will backfire. They say, no, we don't want you one king. That our king we want be the other nation around us. And Samuel went before God and said, God, your people say, hey, he start crying. God said, I beg you, my man, hold your peace. The people have not rejected you. That means they have rejected. And they say they want their way, give them their way. But tell them that their sons and daughters will be used as sex slaves, as maidens, and etc. to this particular king. He will abuse them. He will use them. He will dump them. Let it be. Let them know. And guess what happened? Just what was predicted, or just what was said, that what happened. We all know the story of Saul. Go in the Bible and go read. You saw all of the signs written on the wall that Joseph Numa Boyka does not respect the value of people. He don't care about people. He don't care about tradition. This man just get a name Boyka. You would think that human being was supposed to respect culture and tradition, but Allah, that man didn't respect culture and tradition. No. The mentality of that man is not in line with our culture, with our tradition. So anything will happen on a Boyka. Who will ever believe that a Boyka will start to submit a bill to fight our tradition? Who will ever believe that? Even the country where we live, there are cultural practices also. All of these different, like for example, the Latinos, that is part of this society. You have the how you call the Amish, and different Americans, they have their own culture. Do you know that in America, some other people, they look at as their culture, as their tradition to still live an ancient life? They think your cell phone, computer, this, that, they don't even tamper with it. Some people still riding their house and couch. They still riding it. They still living that kind of,
the Amish.
The Amish, thank you. They still living that kind of preserved life.
Yeah.
So it is happening here in the US. But fellow Liberians, again, when you elect an ungodly or fool who have decided that he will be an asset baggage on the Liberian people, this is what you get. We want to say, Jake, you are welcome, my brother. Let's just hear from you on this particular issue.
You mute.
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself. You mute.
Unmute yourself.
Yes, salute to you. Salute to the followers, sources, Randolph. Salute to everybody. You are please help to share this video. Yeah, Prince, you were talking about, let's say a little bit, you were talking about our country, Christianity. Every Liberian believe that the country is based on Christian principle. But if you look at years now, something that happened in the country, but a lot of people not taking notice about it. They try to eradicate Christianity. Even in the Europe here, it's happening. So it will not wake up to be shown we that believe in God and other, we that worship through Christ, we that worship through Jesus, will not be shown. I will give you years from now. The It will be tough. It's reality. It's all over existing in web, existing in Europe and America, especially our country, Liberia. Look at the thing I will buy for you. You will never believe this one yet. You know they have a bill in the legislature. They're talking about gay, homosexuality.
But
a bill in that particular place. They are about to discuss. They are about to discuss that kind of. They are about to discuss that kind of thing. It never happened. We had gay in the country before, yes, long time ago, but we don't care. But now, our lawmaker, then they try to just. So, if you see that thing happening, tell people we are at a crossroad. But why nothing working for us? Yeah, reality. We based on a Christian principle, but it's not happening in the country. As you look at it, look at Sunday. Right now, you look at Sunday in our country. So said you are pastor. Look at Sunday in the country. Sunday in the Republic of Liberia, one of the worst things in the history of our country. So said when we were growing up, when I like that, we know that ourselves. When we were growing up, Sunday was so unique. But now, at the more time, everybody can drink the alcohol on a particular day, not a weekend, not a Saturday anymore. Not a Saturday anymore, brother. So if we're not strong, I give you 10 more years from now, for long life, you will see what I was saying, Pastor Success, Randall, Christianity in every form they're trying to eradicate it. In the Western world, it's getting worse. In America, it's getting worse. I will say it. That because strong win, if you that take our political heart, because strong win now you can see the Republican bringing back Christianity in America, but the Democrat, look at everything against God. That is why the Democrat were pushing. Women turning to men turning to women, men using women bathroom, men taking part in women's sports. You saw in the Olympic. You saw what the day in the Olympic. All this crazy thing happening. The Democrats support this in abortion. All these things then. If you look at the Democratic Party, what they were pushing around the world today, but thank God, Donald Trump came back to power, and they're trying to realign the war again. All the Republicans, those are naturally. Every blacks in Africa, they are all conservative, but black people don't know. They don't know. If you ask black people why you follow the Democrat, they can explain to you why they follow the Democrat. Maybe probably people will say, "Oh, because Obama." Even Obama, like we're talking about, you don't even believe in God anymore. Reality, they're pushing all kind of agenda. So that you're living in the states that you can see, all your media channel. They're pushing all kind of things, and the other faith is growing. Islam is growing on the speed. Christianity just saw. They just accept all kind of things. Nobody can fight for that particular faith. The faith is diminishing. It's reality. They kill a lot of Christians in different places around the world. You can't go to the Islamic faith. No, they will march. They will protest. They will do what we are seeing there. Imagine a cartoon was here. A cartoon happened here in Europe, in France. They portray Prophet Muhammad in national cartoons. They almost destroy the whole parish. But imagine when Bill Gates in them made that Jesus something. Is any Christian king to protest? Christianity will losing that particular faith. Years coming now, years to come. You say, yeah, Jake, you sell it. I live in the Western world here. They don't. All the churches here are empty. All the churches here are empty.
Thank you.
All the churches empty. It's a serious thing going on. And we can go back, we can go to that faith in Liberia, and then come together to put that faith back on. And look at before I move. Look at that EPA guy that was talking about churches making laws. That EPA guy that Ono Braka talking about churches, people seeking and making laws in the community.
EPA, Paulo Ure. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that kind of statement he made.
Close it down.
Yeah, then the whole Christian community, everybody from the Christian faith now come against that guy. Imagine they just took out a hijab for a girl in our country, for that girl. She had the Muslim community to the Liberian government. Just taking a hijab. The Christian faith is getting weaker. Seriously, it's happening in our country, President. They got discussing gay rights, they get bill in the legislature about homosexual. It's a sad day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Quick
Thank you.
information, Prince.
We
Quick information
yes, sir.
before you proceed. So I want the audience to also know that while we're discussing the gay issue, we should not forget it was the same Unity Party government that plucked out the teaching of religious studies from our curriculum. They took Bible from school during monastic regime. They did not just take Bibles from school, they took away saving. And saving was not just about government, it was also teaching us our tradition and our cultural heritage as a citizen of Liberia. They took it out of school. So this is their way of ensuring that the Western agenda is fulfilled in Liberia at the detriment of the Liberian people. Thank you, Prince.
Thank you, sir. We are privileged and welcome to have with us the CEO of the Diaspora Alliance, my brother Pervis. Thank you. Welcome. I'm very sure you've been following, and this is the first issue. Again, you are not a stranger on this platform. It's your platform. So fire.
No, before Pervis come in, I'd like to welcome Pervis to the platform. For our audience, Pervis is not strange on this, but he's debut appearing on the Redemption Hour. And let's say that he's not exclusively strange because he's one of those backstage actors who discussed this from the initial stage. He has been very engaged researching on several publications. He's the managing editor for the Diaspora Alert. And right now the government is pursuing him. He's going to talk about that. But for those of you, our audience, Mr. Eric Pervis is a long-term journalist, social justice advocate, democratic rights advocate. We're glad to have you on our show. And Pervis, you are most welcome today, especially at the point when we are discussing key issues confronting our society, including your issue is one of those issues I will have to even talk about. So I'm glad you're on our show, and you are very much welcome today, Eric.
Thank you, Rana. Let me say thank you to all of you who have been keeping the torch burning. Our country is on the verge of collapse. If we are not careful, we wouldn't be able to recognize Liberia in the next 1 year. We have been swallowed up by incompetent leaders. In addition to that, they are striving on massive corruption. Some would say industrial skills corruption. And if you were to pick up the U.S., which of course you guys follow, but just to brush on it a little, the U.S. Business Climate Report highlighting corruption, the lack of rule of law. These are things that are hindering the progress of our country, especially under the Joseph Yuma Boakai government. And so it is a national emergency for all of us to rise up, conscientize our people, and do the honorable thing to redeem our country. I listened to the conversation on the issue of this gay right thing. It is not a strange thing. When Unity Party was in power between 2006 to 2017 or 18 January, this gay issue was widely discussed. In fact, at one point in time, Madam Salif said prostitution was not illegal. I'm just unpacking the moral collapse of the leaders that we have had under the Unity Party. It took a justice minister to publicly disagree with her. And as the result of that, Justice Minister Christiane Otai was dismissed. Robert Salif was the lead campaigner for gay rights in our country under Madam Salif. And to have a job, you have to practice that. And so it is not strange for the Unity Party emergence of Joseph Boakai to not want to introduce an anti-gay bill. What is horrifying is that the constituents that these honorable men claim to represent are in full support of the anti-gay bill. But because we have a compromised speaker and a compromised leadership who are accepting almost anything, including criminals in our country, just to look good, so we are experiencing these things. But it is not late to act. That's the good news. It is not late to act. We still have Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution on our side that says all power is inherent in the people. So we have to utilize that to the letter. But what do we do? We can petition, but we know petitioning will just be like you wasting water, they say, on dog back. We can agitate. We can agitate. We can evoke a civil disobedience to the core because, look, the next 4 years, very long. We have additional pathway to even impeach these people. That's the kind of level we have to reach, to really look at that country and leap it out of the state of total collapse that we are experiencing. This is a ruthless government. We already know, but we have to pay the price. Our people back home announced that the most common, in fact, let me say the most common sickness in Liberia is also chronic hunger. Chronic hunger. These things are unaddressed. And all we hear is Mr. Barker in his private jet going Paris, going to this place and returning with relatively zero, nothing, just photo. So and I'm happy, that we have the position of the West right now is not to impose gay right on any country. But I think Mr. Barker is the lead campaigner for that, because if he speak up, because you remember the speaker said he's a regime speaker. So if the speaker said that he cannot entertain an anti-gay law, then that means he has the backing of the president. And I think it's important that we focus our attention on this and remind our people as to where we are. Thank you, Prince.
Yeah. So before you close on this, Pevin, so just to end out from where you stop, or to start from where you stop, Bouaka is supporting anti-gay bill. Ironically, few weeks ago, he proposed a bill to ban all cultural practices in our country. So where is the disconnect around here? Where's the disconnect? You are abolishing cultural practices that you have practiced over hundreds of years, that you inherited from your family, from your parents, downward. Bouaka hastily proposed a bill, and all lawmakers put their hands up to abolish cultural practices. They say harmful. But in similar time, in similar condition, they are there reneging, slow, and very passive in terms of their action against anti-gay bill. What is the signal?
Let me say, Rana, they're not reneging slow. They have said to you, no, they're not going to entertain an anti-gay bill, because if you cannot entertain the motion on the floor for plenary to discuss it, it means that you want it to die naturally in committee room. So it's a rejection from the regime. It's a rejection. They brought that anti-gay bill in as a distraction to the FGM ban. That's all. It was just a decoy that they used. But they have no interest in passing that law. The speaker is not going to put it on the floor. Neither the deputy speaker is going to entertain that. So there where we are.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. To just fellow Liberian close on this before we go to our next talking point. For me, I'm not surprised. Like Eric rightly put it. We all saw what happened under the Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf regime, where our culture, our tradition was being tampered with. You know how you call a Robert Sirleaf, allegedly Robert Sirleaf, and Darius DeLong, and even Amula Mame, who today will speak and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. The kind of relationship allegedly they had. Today, it is alleged that people like Amdullah Mame is here and acquired the level of education because he was able to compromise, his gender, for whatever, allegedly. Of Darius DeLong, Robert Sirleaf is on record when he was asked about the issue of direct delay, he said, "Oh, yeah, leader man, I mean, I'm a funny man. Yeah, you know, yeah, just forget about him." So we know. We saw under the regime of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, her in far crossing the road and Mia, it was practically all over. You know that. You know that. And there's the reason why today, allegedly, we are seeing people like how you call this the Senate pro tem, Madam Yombli Kanga Lauren. She, you know, they get doing all kind of Mia thing. You know what happened here around here, allegedly. You know what happened here around here. You know, Madam Yombli Kanga Lauren and Tanji Banto. You can see what happened. You know, few days ago, we always see around here. So these things are not strange, but again, you know, it is what it is, fellow Liberians. We will have to stand up as a people. Like he said, it is not late. And we can be able to ensure that these things are corrected. Having said that, fellow Liberian, something is really, really, really bad happening. You know, lawlessness is taking over our country. And I want to play this. The Ministry of Labor. Amen. I will play you this video, my people. I will play this video. According to these guys, they said the Liberian labor law will be forcefully implemented, not through the court, but through their own hands. You see, when you watch this video, you will now see why mob violence is all over the place. But let me go straightly to the video. Ministry of Labor went somewhere, they say they go to do labor inspection. They go there to go inspect and blah, blah, blah. And they saw that an investor was allegedly found culpable with some bad labor practices. So instead of calling the police, issuing a communication, or making sure that this brother is sent to court, the labor inspector in Charles Brown decided that we use force. Just watch this video.
They don't go. Yeah, wait, put them in the car. No, in the car.
This is, you see that?
Put them in the car. No. They don't go. Yeah, wait, put them in the car.
This is Charles Brown.
No, in the car. Put them in the car.
The minister.
They don't go. Yeah, wait,
Or was it an inspector for labor? Are you the one here? According to them, this Chinese man is carrying on some bad labor practices. My people, is this how you treat an investor? But anyway, I just want you to watch. You see how they are doing? Look there.
They don't go. Yeah, wait, put them in the car. No, in the car.
Now, on this, I want to start with our own brother Jake. My brother Jake, a Chinese investor allegedly involved in bad labor practices. The labor inspectors, they went there. Look at how they are treating this particular man, as if we are in a banana republic. There are no laws, there are no codes, there are no system through which you can be able to ensure that these people will come. But let's hear from you, my brother. What is your own take on this?
But brother, and the followers, they born a relay from the president. What you're thinking? The relay from Joseph Parker. He showed example that the leader of the country, when he came to power, he broke all the rule of law. This on different occasions. So, any position, urinating on the Supreme Court, the Constitution, bad practices. So, what they know that nothing will happen to them. But in a real society, a particular inspector, the president says, you know what I mean? You're trying to, now you're trying to do. If other Chinese people or other people that want to invest in the country, they see this kind of thing, they will never come to the country. No protection, no safety for them. They get lost in the book. That you can bring these people to court, you can bring it to justice. But now you taking the lead as an inspector, probably if you look at that whole scenario, probably the guy compensating is about money, nothing else. He angry. So pray we'll always talk about it. We'll always go ahead of these guys. Let me tell you, the countries in this area, no rule of law will be respected. Believe me. State Department will write letter, they will make statement, the guy will never respect anything that coming from the Washington or the European Union. They're doing their own thing because nobody will bring them to justice. The whole justice system has been compromised, police, everything. They're in their favor. The only people, they can only come against the opposition. The silencing forces and other things, and the silencing forces and opposition are the only thing. But concerning themselves, it will never happen for them. It will never happen. So pray we can say every day that people will never respect the rule of law.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, my brother Eric. What are you looking at from this particular video? This very short video. A labor inspector, one would say a minister, so to speak, at the level equivalent for minister. You seeing him dragging an investor in such a way, form, and manner. What comes to your mind? What comes to, put yourself in the shoe of an investor, I mean, international or multi-million dollars investor. What comes to your mind?
This is abuse of power, Prince. In fact, beyond abuse of power, the Ministry of Labor does not have the arresting power to arrest. That's one. Not only is he abusing his power, but he lacks the power to arrest. He's not an arresting officer. He's a presidential appointee as the Labor Inspector General. And before you arrest somebody, the law says you must be able to marginalize them with their basic rights that they have. And there are three ways or three layers that you need to consider before you carry on arrest. There must be a rate of arrest from the court, or they got something they call hot pursuit. That is, you had already a rate, but you ran away and they can find you. So accidentally, if a law enforcer officer meets you anywhere, they have the right to arrest you. That's hot pursuit. Then there's something called the plain view doctrine. That is, if you saw the man in the act committing a crime, as a law enforcer, you have the right to arrest, even without a rate, under the doctrine of plain view. Now, none of these things, these three layers that I give the right to an inspector general. He's there to inspect. He says he's there to arrest. But at the end of the day, what is going to happen to him? Nothing. I listen to the very prince. I mean, this very brown man. He was on one radio station in Monrovia about 2 days ago, where he claimed that the current minister of labor is undermining the Ministry of Labor. He said when he submits his report to this man, the man can compromise his report. The man does not act based upon his recommendation. In fact, he was even calling on the president to give him power to submit his report directly to the president and not to Minister Cooper Crabb. That's what he said. He went further by saying the Ministry of Labor is completely dead. So this is a man who has not only undermined his very ministry, but I think he's power drunk, especially the power that he does not have, that he wants to accept, which is a mockery to our democracy. That's why the U.S. Business Climate Report talks about these are things that are listed in the Business Climate Report. In fact, we have not even exhausted reading the full report, and fresh ones are already occurring. If you manhandle an investor like that, what message are you sending to potential investors? Yeah, well, I mean, regardless of his party, but we must be able to put our country first. What message are you sending? If an investor comes right now to Liberia, it is the United Party that takes the glory, even though Liberians will get employed, but United Party will brag about the investment portfolio and convince the electorate. But what is he doing? Do you think now I can encourage investors to come to Liberia to be treated in that form in minor, disgrace, harassed, intimidated, and the man is being videoed? Do you know the psychological trauma that comes to that man's family watching this video? What are we doing to our country? But it is the result of, the 20,000 people who got so upset that plunge us in this mess that we have to pay for it in due. But this is complete nonsense. That
Well,
I'm
not cutting you, Eric. Eric, I'm not even cutting you off. If the legislature, they really want to do the people's job, they can summon this particular man, summon him to the legislature, ask him a few questions, they make him be suspended. Seriously. You know what? It's a the video can portray around the world to investor. You honor even if a U-Page, he's trying to undermine the Baka administration.
Thank you, Jake. Let's go to Pastor Success. Let's go to Pastor Success, AB Dennis, and get your take on this particular video, looking at the labor inspector, equivalent to that of a minister, going to a site, alleging that there was labor and some, bad practices carry on, went there and dragged this particular investor. Look at how he's pulling this man. Pastor Success, AB Dennis, let's hear from you, sir. Put yourself in the state of an investor. What is your own say? What is your own take?
Thank you, Prince. And I will address this issue from two perspectives. One, I will look at the statutory mandate of the labor ministry, and then in that statutory mandate, we'll see where the labor ministry rights begin and where it ends. Honor our law. I stand to be corrected, but I do believe that the Inspector General is honored, being supervised by the existing or the Deputy Minister for Labor Standard, the Minister of Labor. And he is responsible to carry on inspection at every labor sector within our country where labor is being served, to make sure that those institutions that offer those services meet the standard set by the Liberian government. So the labor ministry or the labor inspectors have the constitutional mandate to go to an area and say, hey, the place is not secure, it's not safe. And the only thing they are authorized to do is to do a temporary closure of that facility.
Mm-hmm.
A temporary closure of that facility. And then invite, whether it be a preparator, the owner, the management team, or whatever who is in charge of that facility, to a conference, to a hearing at the Ministry of Labor. That's where their mandate starts. And at that hearing, they can look at some labor practices and what have you, and to establish whether they were in violation and XYZ. The Ministry of Labor, honor our law, do not have the right to arrest. They cannot enforce an arrest. The labor ministry is far away from that. So when you see a labor inspector forcefully trying to throw a Chinese man or an investor or an Asian man, or it can even be a black man, into a pickle under the banner of an arrest, my brother, fellow Liberian and friends around the world, this is just a complete continuation of what this government has initiated. Frequent violation of the rule of law, disrespect to the rule of law, and even disrespect to the human dignity of foreign nationals within our borders. You cannot do this. And you are seeing on the ground. People may think that I don't know what that Chinese member have done. I don't care what he did. But you, as a labor inspector, it is incumbent upon you to respect and maintain the integrity and the sanity of our country. You represent the government. You represent the people of Liberia. Whatever you do up there, it reflects on us as Liberians. Tomorrow we'll go somewhere and say, but see your labor inspector, see how brutal and how uncivil and how unsavory he were in this. And that would be exactly what it is. You can't go out there and try to, bundle a man like a piece of cartoon and throw him to the back of the truck and say this man will go like you have an enforcement power. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. But
Yeah.
again, to
So
close on
yeah,
this, or to end on
yeah.
this, people, it's not strange, Prince, and my fellow panelists, it's not strange. The police or the state authority, those in governance, watch the first branch of government official being brutalized at the Capitol building by Liberia National Police, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. This Inspector General saw the police went to Kinjo, killed our people, and nothing happened. This police inspector watched on with his own eye on television or wherever, but with his own eye, he saw uniform students were being brutalized because they asked the government put our teacher back into the classroom. They were brutalized and nothing happened. This Inspector General watched and saw police going to a home of a method or deranged individual mental challenge.
Martin Mobile
House. And instead of using the professional rule of engagement in this kind of situation, they resorted into using live bullet on the man, and that took a man life today and nothing happened.
Yeah.
So when this kind of thing happened, the guy enjoyed the confidence of the president, and enjoyed the confidence of the legislator. My brother Jay, the legislator, will never call this man. They will never call him. The people told you.
Thank you, sir.
People told you that they recently removed Speaker Kofa. It's not my word for a mouth. It will ensure that whatever the executive want to be done should have the full backing of the legislator, and that's what
Thank
they're
you.
doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Honorable Dowayu, let's hear from you. You've been in that area.
I will not waste my time on this print. I mean, Mankodi have talked sufficiently about this thing.
Dowayu, 1 second. Before Dowayu come here, I wanted to end on this, please. Before Dowayu went at the EPA, I was there as the supervisor for access and maintenance. One day, there was a company, someone on the BAPA there, they call it the PMC or wherever, it was on a company, or store or something like that. They spilled a chemical, and the guy ran from BAPA. He came to the EPA office that morning and called, gentlemen, they spill chemicals at the BAPA, and it's affecting the community. When we got there, my background from the engineering background, I realized that that place, the way we're even sitting on a very huge, or utility line. And besides that, the chemical was bad, friends. But guess what? We took data and we told them you have to SOP a method to clean this chemical so that it cannot affect. One of our colleagues said, let's close it down. I was super the team leader. I know what he said, we don't have that statutory mandate. We have to know our limit. We don't know where we stop. If we do it, that's a violation. Brother, why do we feel bad, but we could not do anything because the law does not authorize us?
Thank you. Yeah, Honorable Dowayu.
So let me, my colleagues have done justice to this topic. Listen to Eric, he was very clear. Everyone. But let me say, I read the labor law of 2015 and I checked. I didn't see anything on the TOR of the Inspector General, to put the laws to beat and to humiliate people in this popular manner. I didn't see anything on the 2015 act, creating that the Decent Work Act of 2015. The labor inspector role is strictly compliance with workplace standard and working conditions, safety, and workers' right. In short, you conduct workplace inspection. Most of our occupational places in Liberia, let's say for instance, Firestone, let's say for instance, at B Mountain, let's say for instance, Kokoya, all of these places, the condition of the workforce is your role, is your work to ensure that they comply to OSHA condition, because Liberia, we do not have a standardized occupational safety rules or laws. So we subscribe to OSHA and the one from Great Britain. Now, also, the last time I was in Liberia as a food safety expert, I enter in most of these supermarkets, you see on the shelf, the life expectancy of most of these food, they are expired. The primary role of the labor inspector, also, our Commerce Ministry, it fall in line with that. The Inspector General, you saw when Josephine David was there, it was not grabbing people and beating them here and there. So eating expired food in our country, when you look at the food supply chain of Liberia, it's so weak. lot of recycled food all in the supermarket. The labor minister is not concerned. The labor minister is not concerned about the law that says in every store there must be a Liberian manager. Most of these stores in Liberia, you have Liberty men selling bread. Liberty men selling bread. The liberalization policy set aside by William V. S. Todman seek to uphold, a labor culture, whereas it is those jobs that can now be sourced in Liberia. Then you can go, beyond the territorial boundary of Liberia and outsource these jobs. These things are not happening. Investigation, workers' right. Most of these domestic workers, industrial workers, their rights are being violated. The labor minister, the labor inspectors, the labor inspector in line with the commerce inspector. And that was the mistake I was making for with Jojo's situation. They work in him. When I was at the EPA, most of our investigation at Big Mountain, one with the labor investigator now. Oh no, the Liberian cultural approach in terms of joint initiative. When you go on this type of mission, you need the Liberian National Police. Sometimes you need AFL, you need EPA, and you need sectoral actors. You need sectoral actors because to where your mandate and other institution mandate begin from there. So in that particular scenario, the Liberian National Police should have been involved. That way they can take it. Or let's assume that guy there was clear and present danger. You do not have the sophistication, the training to handle that man. You bring in the Liberian National Police. At the EPA, we had to communicate with the Liberian National Police. We had to communicate with Commerce Ministry, with LRA, because sometimes when we are deployed at the port of entry, there are toxic goods, entering in the country. The toxic goods coming in the country, we are not concerned about the commerce characteristic of that, but we are concerned about the toxicity of that trade, because when you enter in the environment, it ends up becoming a waste. It has a corresponding effect on everyone. So that Commerce Ministry is in error, but like everyone said, President Bouaka is a president who said, if he did not win, Liberia will come to an end. And we saw what happened in Lofa. Nobody has been brought to justice. Quinn Johnson has been rewarded for brutalizing and killing a young man on camera. The police director today, McGill, has raped and he's there. Nothing has happened. So you have a president who enjoys everything that they do. So I want us to switch and get to the U.S. visa issue because you guys deal with this topic sufficiently, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. That's where we're going. And fellow Liberians, I want to play you this video, right? Before we go to our next topic. This video is going to introduce our next topic. But again, to just close up on this issue, it is not strange. Why are we behaving, especially those of you Liberians? This is why you voted for. These people are not respecting your right. These labor inspectors, they don't have time to inspect to see whether Liberians are rightly placed in some of this area. Unfortunately, when you go down Waterside, some of the stores that claim that they are importer, they are even selling bread there. Cannot they all they selling? Cannot there. One steak or cannot you can get it from there. But again, it is not strange. These are people you voted for. That's why they were craving. They wanted power so that they can abuse it. Today we are looking at the abuse of power. But I want to play you this video. And I want us to watch this video. I want you to watch, even if you are not a diplomat, I want you to see yourself in this video as, somebody who is coming to discuss it from very fair, forget about you being a diplomat or whatever, but look at it from your cultural background. Look at it from the people who are involved. And let's have our take on this. So let's go to this and then be able to play this while you listen and you see and then have your take on this. Let's play this video.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank God. At this time,
Wow.
and they're telling everybody now.
When they're putting people money. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Oh, yes, sir.
Thank God.
You shut the fuck up!
This I want to start from Honorable Dogwayu.
Yeah, let me say this very quickly, right? I've lived in America for close to 14 years now. I've been a permanent resident in America. And I have gone to the embassy before to get a B1, B2 visa. I haven't gone there for an immigrant visa before. Now, let's place this very straight. I saw Liberians, I have some of my agents that deployed them when the announcement was made. A lot of Liberians were jubilating because the Unity Party is always in the habit of lying, misleading, and misinforming the people. They made it seem like you can grab a passport the next day and go to the U.S. embassy and have a visa. First, let's look at Liberia as a country. Our so-called traditional relationship with America for almost 200 years. Ghana have been enjoying this, and Ghana to this point enjoyed this for 5 years. Reciprocated in diplomacy, meaning you give me, I give you. It was just last year Liberia updated our visa policy towards America from 1 year, I think, to 3 years. Now, in reciprocating on a diplomatic to norms, policy, tradition, and practices, America should have done the same. Without even Liberia reminding America, but in this case, we have to remind them, go through a lot of bad deeds. This has happened. The question now is this a win for the ordinary Liberian? Is this a win for the masses? Is this a win that can transform Liberians' life? I'll say a resounding no. Why? Because the visa they are talking about here is a visa primarily that before you apply for, you must have $160. It's non-refundable. You have to go online, pay for internet cafe. On average, most of the internet cafe in Liberia, you pay $50 to an internet cafe to apply for that visiting visa. It is a visiting non-immigrant visa meant for business. You come here for a definite time and you are expected to go back. How many Liberians in our demography, how many Liberians in our population have that financial capability? Because the initial minimum amount you need is $50. $160 non-refundable, paid to GT Bank in the U.S. Embassy account. That's the first thing. How many Liberians? Most teachers in the country on average make $150 a month. Imagine a teacher who wants to come on a B2 visa. His entire salary is less than the minimum requirement to deposit in the American government account. The next thing, you need $50. You need a passport size photo, white background, $50 minimum. So $200 has been spent. The next requirement on board, because you are coming to visit, you're coming for business purpose, it is almost always required that you have at least 10,000 United States dollars in your account, in your bank account. That can be validated, substantiated, and traced based on the presentation of a bank statement to the United States Embassy. How many Liberians, Jake, to be real, have that financial capability to apply for that visa? How many? So when you check our population, it's there less than 5%. So is this a win? Yes, but for we set of our demographic, for the elite, for those that can afford, for those that already have nothing to do in America, most of the people who get that visa, they are not expected to come and live here. They are expected to come and go back. So how is this a win in the circumference of the arrest agenda that the Unity Party is celebrating? Now the DVO, it has been in existence. The DV, for that one, they gave you everlasting visa. Yet Liberians have been denied in multitude. Why are they making it seem that Liberians coming to America the next day? Managing people's expectation is a key issue. And the Unity Party has managed to always put pressure on themselves. On this one, I'm sorry for them, Eric, because they've made it seem like, you can go to the embassy now and get your visa. Right now, as I speak to you, the maximum they gave Liberians is 1 year. Even as that, in the last 2 to 3 years, the American embassy been issuing people 1 month visa, 2 months visa. So they are saying the maximum you can get is 3 years when you meet all of the requirements. Why is this government, keep lying to us? Why? It hurts me when the government lie only because they are desperate for deliverable. So in short, my dear panelists, this is a win for the elite. This is the win for those that can afford, those that are looting our country, those that are stealing our money. This is a win for those who are well established and well to do. It's not a win for those in Togboitan. It's not a win for those in Hindi, in Bogondile, in Zlatan. It's not a win for those in Clay, in Mambakle, in Claraton. It's not a win for the people whose entire month, the entire household, over 10 family, they cannot afford up to 200. It's not a win for them. So Mr. Boyka should look for something to celebrate. But because they are desperate for deliverable, every news, they will manipulate the people and celebrate it. This is where I can conclude on this.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to my brother Jake. My brother Jake, you watch this video. The foreign minister is all around the place. Joseph Nyuma Boyka is all around. You know, the entire team. What do you make of this?
For me, I would take a different turn. And I'm looking at that visa story. We got still a relationship with America. When our visa waiver, visa on arrival, yes. Let me tell Liberian people here before I switch to that particular dancing where she was dancing. We're the only country in Africa having 4 types of passport to follow us here. We get the ordinary, the green book, we get the service, we get official and diplomatic passport. It's been existing long time. If like people don't even know, if the United Party don't know anything, let me teach them about traveling. Our 4 passport is so great. With visa, with the service passport, we don't need visa to go to Israel, Tel Aviv, visa on arrival. Gibraltar, Montenegro. I just giving your countries, Korea, South Korea, many countries, even Australia in Europe before were visa on arrival. With official service passport, diplomatic passport. They will give you 30 days entry. I laying it down here for Liberian people because the Unity Party, they get low IQ. They just lie. They know anything. They're so dumb. So dumb. There's not a cup of tea of the Liberian people. We have a serious relationship with America. My brother Ronald said it here. DV is another gateway for Liberians to go to America on massive number. Imagine they denying it on DV. They don't go a lot. Only few can go. That's the easiest way to go to America. I'm not looking at that whole they don't have a gender. They're rejoicing all kind of crazy thing. They're not talking about the bread and butter issue, all the things what they used to preach about. They don't talk about it. You're looking at how can a president, foreign minister celebrating visa for 3 to 5 years? A shame. Let me tell you something here, like followers. What I noticed in the video, I've been flagging it here many years. They come into reality now. When I told you people that Burger is not in control, you're seeing it right there. That how all of them operating the country. You don't look at that visa. Even the president, even aware that call were coming for visa. The people calling, we see the people that are calling the shot now. You know, Grace Fade now around again. They finish giving Grace Fade now. That best for them calling the shot. Fofana calling the shot. Kofi Woo's there. Look, we're talking about those surround the president according the shot. They're in control of the country. They're dictating everything. They're just breaking loud. I will tell you, all the signature of the president. The legislature was great legislature. Darrell Zedene was great. Edwin Snowden was great. I believe there was this scandal in all our appointment. All our signature that all auto pen. They call it auto pen. It's not real, not the president's signature. You not sign all our signature. That reality. The thing happened in America with Joe Biden. They're investigating now. In Congress, see what investigation going on. I'm telling the Liberian people, if the legislature get the guts, if Jeremiah Kuhn said they want to become president, that's the case it's going to go on. Because it will implicate the president. That reality, majority of the appointment signature signed by the president and the president's signature. It will tell you that the president is not in control. Everybody, if that group leave, if that particular group leave, another group come here again, they're calling the shot in the country. The president just relaxing. He know what's going on in the country. Then they were dressing up, they were carrying to places they can't call Robin yet, can't dedicate the other project yet. Like when people you're seeing it clear. They make mistake by sending a particular video to the internet, to the wall. Even you want mess a Unity Party up, they should have said in the legs. Even great leaders see that kind of video. Don't say, but your president is not in control. He's not in control. I've been saying that, they're flagging it here. They're proving now. They're proving that best they're in control. So pray, I'm not looking at that visa story. No, it's sad for the Liberian people. It's so sad. The oppressing the Liberian people elect, but they got a surrogate in the executive branch of government calling all the shots in the country. That's why you can see Miss Rule, Gregor Coleman doing their own thing. Different people calling different shots. So it's so sad for the Liberian people. You can know that the president is not in control. Prince, I won't dive into the visa story because I know Liberian passport get visa on the route to many countries. Many, and we speak over 25, 30 countries in the world with visa on the route, our 4 top passport in the world. So I want to cup of tea.
Thank you so much, my brother Jake. Let's come to our brother Eric. My brother Eric, what are you seeing in this video? I'm very sure you've watched this video over and over. What are you seeing? What is your take in this?
Well, I see your concentration is on the video, and if I'm right, I think you're concerned about what is occurring within that video. It is inappropriate for the president to be seen in such manner, to have the foreign minister, dancing and kissing the president, and it's being televised. What message are we sending? I will come to the passport issue or the visa issue, but what message are we sending? This is a male president and a female foreign affairs minister. Yeah, very good. And later on, she went down and started kissing, or he started kissing her. These are not things that we should encourage. Very, very good, Prince. Very good. Yeah, you can take it on because it's distracting me. yeah, it's distracting me. Seriously, these are not things that I would want to show my son. To say this is how a leader should be. Let's not forget.
And somebody wave down there.
No, very good. Let's not forget. President Bouaka is being accused by his nephew Hendrik Costa of rape. Rana, you remember that story?
I remember during the campaign.
Yeah.
During the campaign.
Yeah.
I remember
And Hendrik said, Hendrik said,
he had a deep fire in him with the document.
Yes. And Hendrik has said that he was called to compromise that case. Yeah, Bouaka is still accused. And the thing about rape, there's no statute of limitation. So he has to be mindful that in 2030, CDC government, we will resurrect that case. And Hendrik Costa will be a state witness.
He'll be a state witness. Yeah, he'll be a state witness.
Yeah, he'll be the state witness. So to have a president that stand accused, not just by one opposition guy, but a nephew to the president, a supporter to the president, who still supports this president agenda, and to have the president openly, publicly, kissing a female foreign minister, that's not diplomacy. Your first emphasis, Prince, was on, as a diplomat, what message are you sending? Had that happened in the West, but now you see women group rising up. That's what we call sexual harassment on the job. That's sexual harassment on the job. I work at the Ministry of Gender for more than 5 years. These are things that we investigate. Sexual harassment on the job. Kissing your work colleague. In this situation, kissing your subordinate. Right? But let's go to the 3-year visa issue quickly. The economic question that we all should ask, who benefits from the 3-year extension? It's not Liberia, it's America. Prince, if you are in Liberia, they gave you 3 years multiple entry visa. You come to America once. You're not investing in Liberia, you're investing in America. Because when you buy your plane ticket, that money goes to one airline, most likely owned by an American company. When you get here, you use the Uber. You are being invested in American economy. You sleep in a hotel, the American economy. The food you eat, the clothes you wear, the clothes you buy. So this is not an investment for the country. It's an investment for the US, because when you have 3 years, you'll be tempted to go come. And like Ragnar said, it is the privileged few that usually have these, 3 years and things, because they know you have the capacity to go come. You are funding the American economy. You're not funding Liberian economy. Every time you, Prince, when you travel to Liberia, you are funding the Liberian economy, because your presence there, you'll be spending money. So people will be benefiting from you. So it is the Americans that are benefiting from us. And I see people celebrating like, it's an investment for our country. Remember the US embassy issued a report that says Liberia has one of the highest denial rate in the world. Have we addressed that?
No.
Have we addressed that? That
That's the base. That's the base
yes,
of it all. That's the base of it all.
we claim to be an ally to America, traditional ally, longest ally, but yet and still we have one of the highest denial rate when it comes to the visa issue. That issue has not been resolved. So if they say they gave you 3 years, our problem has not been with the 1 month you gave or the 6 months you gave or the 3 months, because most time when people come just to a 10 program go by or a 10 birthday, and return. The problem has not been the duration. The problem has been the denial.
The rate.
The denial rate is very huge.
And Previs, just to hang in on you to interject a few seconds, the denial rate has been disproportional. Every 100 American that goes to the embassy in Washington D.C. for visa, 100 out of 100 will get visa.
Yeah.
The inverse side to that is in Liberia, every 100 person that go for visa, 90 is denied, only 10 is given visa. That is the core issue that have not been addressed.
That's the issue. So this is where the argument come in. Why not visa on arrival? That would be the news. That would be the news.
That would be the news. Yes.
I mean that will help to save the man who is spending his $160 US, and, with the hope that he will get visa. When he gets there, he doesn't get visa. His $150 is in breeze, not refundable. I live Benson Street for many years in Liberia, and I always when I coming to work that I'm walking down the hill, I see hundreds of Liberians, sometimes in the rain for this visa. And when one person get it, it's like that man has won or that person has won a jackpot.
But in Washington D.C., we don't put them on the rail. They can sit, they can be sheltered, they be drinking tea when they're waiting for their visa. So where's the reciprocity?
Yeah, on a makeshift structure being exposed to that scorching sun that is in Liberia and that uncontrollable rain to come. And yet and still the denial rate is high. We have not solved that problem yet. And that is the issue here. So, I mean, I follow the interview a lot of Liberians and people say our concern here is the bread and butter issue. Visa does not put bread and butter on my plate. In fact, one college graduate or University of Liberia graduate, Ruben Balasoko, the guy said he graduated since 2012. He said, right now I'm on a job. And you can't tell me, say, 3-year visa. How can I even afford to pay the $160 to go to the embassy, which is also a risk? So don't bring visa discussion to me. The visa is meant for Braga and his children. And those are the people coming. Who you see coming here? Braga came here with more than 30 human beings. He's in Paris today with more than 30. Those are the people. So let's not waste our time on this issue, Prince.
Thank you so much. Pastor Success, A.B. Dennis, let's hear from you, please.
I think my fellow colleagues, they are not doing some little justice to the party. Your party people want to back my people. That they put on the achievement. When you get it drowned.
Yeah, you read to it.
And you can't swim, and you see a piece of step passing, and you say, I'm not going to survive. Guys, President George Manenwia, the thing he did for Liberia, generation upon generation will remember that he set a standard. He raised a bar of national development that every government is striving to meet. And so when they don't have the means to meet those standards, they try to find other things that look like development. Why it is true that they are not national development. Look, let me come back to the visa issue. I don't want to get distracted. Prince, visa, the US visa, is the most least medium through which Liberia have traveled to the US since the Civil War. It's the least. The highest is the resettlement program.
Yeah.
That brought thousands of Liberians rather, to the US. The second is the immigrant visa that has to do with the DV. And then the visiting visa. Very many portion of our people came on asylum, but some of them did not come as an asylum seeker. They came on different program and they applied for the asylum. Why am I listening all these things? Only as you prince. It did not let the UN let us when they went for us in refugee camp to bring us here. It did not let them let us. The people know your present year boosts their economy, like Montgomery just said. It boosts their economy. When you come here, you work, you pay taxes. When you come here, whatever you do, you rent it. Look, whatever we do here is to benefit our big brothers. Okay? It's to benefit our big brother. One thing that people are not grabbing, and my colleagues have said it, this extension or duration of the visa, or the B1, B2 visa, does it change or minimize the standard set for visa application? No. Get this, Prince. I got a friend who is a U.S. presidential candidate called one that already rabble. He appeared one when some of our people were sanctioned. He spoke on our sanction issue one time through the instrumentality of Dr. Marie, a few other people. He appeared on some local platform and spoke on it. One thing he said, he and I were having conversation and I asked him, I said, the kind of role we are playing with America. But now, America, if we apply for visa, we should apply when we are going through interview and we pass, and we are about to obtain a visa, then we pay the visa application fee. Then it's fair to us. But you will collect almost millions of dollars, and at the end of the day, you pass few people. Look, Prince, Liberia should not be celebrating 3 years. Sierra Leone, right nearby, be a beneficiary of a 5-year visa stay in America for more than 10 years. Sierra Leone, 5 years. Ghana, 5 years. So Africa, 10 years. And you be a long-time ally. Amen. How would the Rubber International Airport build? Was it not during the World War II that our country was used as the military, the airborne base of the United States, where they built the RIA and they were flying from there to attack Arahira and the rest of the other guys, to the point that Germany was about to attack Liberia in August 4th, 1917. Be an honor to the US. We declare war on Germany. Liberia can fight Germany if we stay alone. But because we were supporting America, we too have played a pivotal role. Do you know how fire were taken to Liberia? It was during the World War II. They needed rubber and other things to take certain, or to build certain equipment. They brought out rubber issue and they started getting the rubber from Liberia and funding their war. Liberia has also played a pivotal role. So for us to come here as a country, be celebrating 3 years with other countries who have done nothing much, enjoy 5, 10, 15 year visa stay to America. Look, Prince, I ain't on this year.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why it is true we welcome it. Why it is true that we celebrate it. For visa, we now pay the high-end tuition of my children. Visa. Will not reduce the paper rent. Visa will not reduce the paper
Okay, let's finish.
Visa will not pave the road into the Leeward County. The front of Margaret Road, visa will not pave it. Like my colleagues have said, the visa is just
Thank you.
Few elite. So thank you, Prince.
Thank you. Thank you. On this, my people, I just want to say this. There are a lot of things about that video that fellow Liberians, people in the international community that are watching know that the government useless. That the people then, they just doing mia, man, woman, bene, they just laying each other down at the level of the executive mansion. From all indication, just looking at the video alone, from all indication, it does not even represent the office of the presidency. It does not even represent the office of the presidency. According to you and myself, we model our democracy, our government, etc., etc., and even want to borrow some of the things that are practiced here to Liberia, right? Now, what Joseph Newman Boyka say, let's pass the Miamian law that they want to pass. In this America that we are looking at, we are seeing. When last have you seen this kind of inappropriate video, especially from the office of the presidency? What time you now see the other one? Well, when have you seen? When have you seen the kind of thing? They want it. They cannot. Where you have the foreign minister, the person who is supposed to be projecting Liberia foreign policy, the person who is supposed to be speaking and projecting our image internationally to foreigners. The only thing that she's excited on dancing, that because somebody call her and say, oh, the money where you spend the last time. Remember the last time we're telling you when they came here and said they were having diaspora conference? They were not no diaspora conference. That the Liberian people money they were using to give to some of their lobbyists. They were using the Liberian people money to be able to put it in other people's pockets to get chicken change. So Sarah, when you listen to that video, somebody telling her the whole thing here. Just like Yuma Boyka say he's surprised. He's surprised. When we tell you that they man useless, that they man has no value, you not even you know this man is an accident of democracy. You say we lie. Just like Yuma Boyka say what confused. Say, oh, at this time it happening. The man is surprised. The man is surprised. Look, that they play your money going. And the last time you read, are you concerning from the audit that was conducted by GSC, where it say almost about $200 million, they know where play go. Gafan say, I don't get no, how you call the things that. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we heard what these people said. That they know where 100 million went. They don't know where the money go. Now, this is the kind of places that your money going. The people didn't get time for you. No, they don't have time for you. They gave somebody some good thousand. Y'all remember the report that came up of the Liberian government spending almost 300,000 on a firm, on a lobbyist firm, that they play the money going. The people are not finding their way through with this issue of the, how you call the MCC. It's becoming difficult. An MCC delegation went to Liberia. You know what the people are saying? The things that they are seeing on the ground, it does not worth them spending their money on this particular government. It does not worth it. So they look around and say, yeah, what kind of thing we found with Chon to the Liberian people? They found the other one and say, fine, okay, but then let's throw it to the Liberian people. Let's throw it there. To the extent that the foreign minister is dancing. She's not dancing because the foreign policy of the government was able to attract $1 billion company. That's what she's dancing for. She is not dancing and kissing Joseph Numa Boyka because the foreign policy of the government protects Liberians to come and invest in their own country. Now what she's dancing for. She is not dancing because the foreign policy is able to bring job, is able to bring, how you call, investors in on every monthly basis. Now what she dancing for? But she dancing because somebody call and say, oh, yeah, the people finish passing you. Look at such a disgrace. This is a disgrace. You dance over other country giving you opportunity for them to bring your best brains in. Let me tell you something, my people. Some of you don't believe it, but this is the reality. Liberia has been a victim of what we refer to as the explosion of our own best brains to the US here, to be specific to the US. Because unfortunately, our government and our system has not created the opportunity where people can be able to strive in that economy and do something better for themselves. Look today, some of the best engineers that you have as Liberians, where are they? They're in America here. Look at some of the best, the cream de la cream in most of these areas. Where are they? Where they running to come? They're running to come here. They are running to come here. And at the end of the day, when some of them come here, well, the other story, that is another story we can talk for other day. You have some of our best brains. Some of the people that are able to transform every sector in our society. Where are they running? They are running coming here. Other nations that are creating opportunity for their scientists, their experts, their best brains to remain and be able to build their country. Who happy that will come here? Somebody can uncomfortable go around. Even a chair pastor who was preaching say, "Thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not run away." There's that Jonah. Why you must run away? The men were talking say, "Jonah, why you must run away?" And from God, when God was calling you, they sent a man here to come for chair conference. He run away. So here, I say, "Oh man, and now you the last time you were talking say, why Jonah run away? You want to prosecute Jonah on the pulpit? That you want to prosecute Jonah? You can't hear now. They say come for chair conference. After 2 months, you use the chair conference. You chile. You run away. So you and Jonah now, who was father friend? Now, These things that we are saying, fellow Liberians, this video does not even represent the presidency. Amen. How did the presidency manage to go this low? How come? How have we reached to this level? My people, where the presidency have come to be a lover club. Joseph Numa Boyka saying that there, an accused rapist, a man who in a Syria country will be beyond bar, that they will not even get out for an age will be beyond bar. Now, according to me, according to a trusted nephew, you're displaying document, how the document in your hand. This man is practicing what we call pure. That put nothing the people are facing down there. Look at the video that if small more after that video go, or who know what happened down there, because the people that we saw around that Kula Banner for Fana, that how you call our own sister Sarah Bestro Nyanti, well led Dancy Baby. It is alleged. It is alleged. It is alleged. I repeat, it's alleged. Sarah Bestro, great to take her. I looking according to what we are hearing. According to what we are hearing. To the extent that just Nima Boyka called the woman my love, diplomatically this is wrong. Where are the students of diplomacy in Liberia? Oh, you will say you're graduate from diplomacy. Why you're not talking on this? This is sexual harassment. You calling the woman my love. No, I don't want you to believe it. When we talking somebody can say, oh, we lying, we CDC people. I will play the sound of the video. Just hear it. You will hear Joseph Nima Boyka calling Sarah Besra Nyanti a love. And she has said to she, what kind of undiplomatic? What people? How did we come here? How did we reach to the place? In fact, listen to the thing here. Listen. Sorry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank God. At this time,
Wow.
and they're turning everybody down.
We're putting people money. Oh my goodness.
He looking behind. Look at the position of his eyes. Where he is looking. It's not that he's looking somewhere. Let me carry that behind someone for you to see. That somewhere he's looking at. Look, we are men, my people. Let's be fair. We are Africans. It's part of our nature. We won't be in thing, but a part of, look at where the man looking. Just look at the video very clearly and observe where he looking.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
just observe where he looking. Where he looking.
Oh
Where
my
he looking. And you
goodness.
see. And you see. And you see.
Oh my goodness.
And
Oh my
when he
goodness.
extended a hand, what did he
Oh my
say? He
goodness.
said, "My love." And you see, look, we can, hey, my people, how have the presidency, hey, yeah, how did we reach to this far here, my people?
Can I come in small?
Ah,
Can I come in small?
go ahead, sir.
Let me say something to the followers here. If the president was in control, and his son then Jojo didn't see this video. You see that Kula Fofana, where did it? Whosoever that did a particular recalling should be fired. You throw the president on the bus. He like a spy within the presidency. The serious print. You're taking security print. Look at the people that were lobbying Washington D.C. to sanction George Weah. The Yesini, all the savage then. Prince, let me tell you today, if Macron see this video, you know why I can be angry with CDC. I can say, oh, Jake, these are the video that implicate them. When they were all in the corridor of Washington, D.C., pushing for sanction, they want a clear video. They start on AR. These are, you get Ted Cruz that Jefferson coaching, they were all friendly with, that the Republican ruling the country now. They talk about gay rights, all these things, not the Republican policy, not Donald Trump policy. If you want to play the game they played at the time to play this kind of game on the United Party, because they were all over calling the shot to sanction. The sanction McGay, the sanction Thunder D12. Now when I tell, when the president says it's not for fire, it's time for fire. It's reality. Now look at you, take on your this posture, the particular video in the European Union. Those in the European Union lay out on the particular video. The United Party is doomed. And the Republican lay out in the Congress, lay out on the video. If the president smart, Kula Fofana will all be suspended.
Thank you so much.
Like you're working on, like you are spy within the presidency. You're leaking that kind of video.
Thank you. Let's go to our brother Eric. Thank you so much. Let's go to our brother Eric as we round up time. I've caught up with us. But Eric, there is something that is really, really disturbing. And you can use this, as your closing comment. There is something that's really disturbing I want you to talk about. This issue of people, especially government officials, trying to use the police to exonerate them from any act of corruption or from devilish and demonic act. We saw what happened when the police carried on an investigation in King Jaw after massacring our people. No one was held responsible. We saw what happened with the issue of Brian McGill, the deputy minister. Police have had a concern, they not see nothing. We are seeing another one from an investor, a Chinese investor, who the port manager, Sekou Dukle, dupe. And the police is also, it is alleged that he's alleging that the police have collected bribe from Sekou Dukle and is trying to compromise this issue of corruption in this investor's case. My brother, let's hear from you on this.
Well, so as I close, they say the fish gets rotten from the head. President Bouaka is no respecter of the rule of law. Therefore, we don't expect his subordinates to respect the rule of law. That's the unfortunate part. If we had a functional government, Sekou Dukle wouldn't be going to work as of now. He will be based at South Beach or at the court, fighting to exonerate or to clarify his hoard of shame. Bill McGill wouldn't be free passing around on the allegation or the cover-up statement that the DNA machine is not working. Ordinary Liberians are rotting in jail today. They didn't do DNA machine. In this situation, we have a victim. At the Ministry of Gender, we don't use the word victim. We say survivor. But I think victim, our people will be able to understand it better. We have a victim here. The Ministry of Gender claimed that the victim is in their custody. So, and there were medical reports to confirm that this girl was tampered with. I'm told, I think 2 medical entities, or it might be 1, whatever the situation was, confirmed that rape occurred. And the victim identified Bill McGill. This is not a 3-year-old child we're talking about. Okay? It's around 15 years old. So there's somebody who's able to identify her perpetrator. But absolutely nothing will happen. I'm very sure he's still taking his salary as deputy minister, even though the president claimed that he was suspended. But we have seen where President Bouaka suspended I think, was it 40 or 100 of his appointees on the basis that they did not declare the asset. What happened to that money? Because if you suspended people for a month, at the end of the day, there should be some form of accountability for where their salary went. But zero. There was no suspension, lip service. So we shouldn't expect a functional police. No, we should not expect that. Neither a court of competent jurisdiction. We saw the Supreme Court Chief Justice recommending his son for a magisterial role. When you have Anthony Allard in the country, you have Councillor Allard in the country, and other qualified legal luminaries in the country. He brought his son, who is still a law student, to serve a magistrate. When we talk about nepotism, that is a classical example. And he was not mad at himself for practicing nepotism, but he was mad that a judge called him to order. And if you watch the clip, I think it was in Lofa, he was very furious, blasting at the lady. Why he didn't call me in person? Why he didn't call me in person? Like he was not conscious of the crime that he was committing against the state. So if we have a Chief Justice that is already compromised, he has no respect for the rule of law, and you have a president who is times 3 of the Chief Justice, we are headed to hell. You know, but as I close, like Randall said, you know, in his introduction of me, I am being threatened by the government of Liberia for a publication that the Diaspora Ally did on the government of Liberia position of the elections in Cameroon. Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a statement. Ministry of Information issued a statement. Last night, they assembled on the cash reloader, as they call a class reloader, and Daniel Sando and that of Jeremy Pia, you know, were threatening. According to them, they are not going to use a transparent mean to get at me. They will not say anything in the public glare, but I will be dealt with. And so when powerful people use a popular platform to target an ordinary citizen like me, who is very defenseless, I got no security. And let us not be, you know, fooled that because we're not in Liberia, they can reach you. No. These guys got surrogates all over the world. They have money, they got sales. So I have, you know, done a post on my page, you know, that my safety is in the hands of the Liberian government. I'm not afraid of being harmed by them. I expect it because somebody must be able to stand up. Somebody must be able to stand up to these people, or else we all will get crushed along the way. So there could be death threats, and there are already death threats on my life. Some surrogates, you know, already started threatening me, and the buck will not stop with me. Prince Sharif, you're also on the radar of these people, you know, so you have to be extremely careful. And that of Mr. Wilman, Mr. Dennis, none of us is safe. In short, you guys are controlling nearly $1 billion budget in the country. They got resources, they got state power, they can abuse it, they can misuse it. So it is the sacrifice that we sign up for, you know. So right now, that's just my situation. I don't ask for pity, but I'm just informing the Liberian people. That's all. So it was a good show. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, my brother. And this is something that really needs to be highlighted. Hopefully,
Wait, let me
this
join
evening
in quick.
will also. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me join in quick. Thank God you all the video, the party law, these guys, you live in America. Let me tell you something. Don't be afraid. I know your left threatening is true. All it's true. But listen, that family living in America too. Their family, the Jeremiah Pia, all the deaf. We know where their own family living. Listen to me. We know where all their family living. We know them too. Their family not living in Liberia. They live in Liberia working for their family, their children, everybody. We know the school they go to. We know everything too. So don't take this for a joke. Take this particular video where the party law. File a complaint you in America. File a complaint to the American government. You can find a way to find a particular complaint. Let me tell you, the men are ruling America now. The Democrat want to kill him. The same thing here what happening today. The Democrat playing assassination attempt on a life for 2 different occasions. He against all these witch hunt, all these things there. They copy new style of government. I tell Prince in this when I used to tell Prince, I say there'll be nothing they call 2029. You think I'm joking here? I will cut it law. I will relay in Monrovia. Anything they threaten you, especially that made video on you, take that video to different agencies. Flag that video on Twitter, everywhere. Flag it. And that fund of family to try to note. I notice you try to notice that own family too. Don't be afraid. Maybe Liberia will be a different ball game. But as outside of this country, where critical voices and shouting, nobody threatening them. They are gullible society. They see people that are in a wing of the opposition threatening the president. They will drag the president. All these things, freedom of speech were allowed. They honor their watch. So don't take it for a joke. Don't take it for a joke. If this happened to me, I will take it directly to the European Union. I will protest for myself. Put the Americans like great flag on me and protest and give all the video to the people there. So you have to do something quick. You have to do something quick. You gotta watch your back. We too watching our back here too. It's so sad. It's so sad.
Thank you.
They're not tolerant group of people. We're talking. They're not tolerant group of people. Love power.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Pastor Success, AB Dennis, let's hear from you. The issue of rape, investors have been treated as if, they are just, I don't know, but let's hear from you.
Well, Prince, as we close, I will just throw light on the few topics we have discussed today. And I want to say thank you for this platform. I want to say thank you to our listening audience. Thank you to my fellow panelists. And it's good having you. It was a good show. But I will say this. To begin with the rape, pretty people have instituted.
I don't know if we are still on Facebook. I'm getting a notification here. Somebody reporting the page or I don't know. But let's go ahead. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. They will report it many days, right? So rape has become a national sport county meet in Liberia, or interministerial tournament. When they want ministry rape, the other. It started with the internal affairs minister. The internal affairs minister, he controls the tradition and the culture.
We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies just go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people. And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have. And I can assure you, if you check your calendar, it's exactly 4 months from today. Today is the 10th, right? When is the election? You start checking. 4 months to the date. After 4 months, you will see a new Liberia coming up. You will see a Liberia that will give you hope. You will see a Liberia where corruption will be thing of the past.